Hey guys, Grumpy here with the next episode of Zero to Hero. So this is right after our battle with the Hegemony. We did a lot of things last episode. We went to the Alpha site, we secured the Ziggurats. I showed off the Ziggurat build that we're using, which is my favorite, Oops All Reapers. Um, I don't remember if I just mentioned this, but we did get into conflict with the Hegemony. There's another fleet floating around the system. I'm gonna go blow them up. Um, but that's where we stand. The last thing that we need to do is complete the main storyline so that we can get the Janus device, which will unlock gates. After that, then we can do exploration. I really like trying to do the main storyline before I go um, exploring in depth. The reason being is if you ever are caught out in the system without any fuel or supplies, you can at least get back home with very limited fuel, you can get back home to the core worlds at least by jumping in a gate. So let's deal with this fleet really quickly. All right. Looks like they have no business with me. We'll just go ahead and yeah, get them. All right. I guess get it. So, AI. All right. Are you going to investigate me like the other guys did? Okay. Well, I guess we don't have a choice. Um, I would love the Onslaught 14. Would absolutely love the Onslaught 14. Anyway, we'll move into engage, and we'll go ahead and do this correctly this time. Last time the issue was we did not control the old slot and we let it fly ahead. Not really an issue, but the problem is it barreled into two legions, which ended up getting it blown up. Um, Going toe to toe with a onslaught, I think the old slot wins 10 out of 10 times. But if it's surrounded by other ships, then that can be lethal. So we do want to avoid that. That said, we can bring in the old salt later if we want just like superior numbers. Nah, I think we want to start the fight with it. We'll bring in the shade a little. Well, we can use the shade to capture points. Alright, so two capture commands and then an assault command. And hopefully after this fight we have enough experience. I don't know if I've been spending my story points, but hopefully we have enough experience that we can get electronic warfare. It's going to be critical for capping points and being more successful on the battlefield. Like, our shade is fast, but it takes forever to secure that kind of point. Alright. And I think we want to bring in just missile platforms. We have to redesign the apogee. I just realized it's not going to be effective against. Oh, I mean, it's effective, but not against like a fleet like this. We'll bring in the Venture. Yeah. and we will abandon this, and we'll let the enemy approach us. We have all the ships that we want on the battlefield now. We're gonna need, we're going to need, what's it called? ECCM package so that we don't suffer from reduced range. Alright. If I give you the eliminate commands, can you do this quickly enough while I fend off these small ships? I think the answer is yes. I'm going to put some ignore commands out there. I want you to ignore this and this. And let's just keep the onslaught subdued, or the onslaught subdued. Gotta lock in real quick. How is it so maneuverable that it can tuck itself behind the rest of its fleet? How can that be the case? What are your skills, sir? You don't even have maneuverability. Okay. Alright. I hate that. Alright. Pivot. I want you on that. Oh, there's a Dominator down here? Oh my, what is happening? Oh, I did not mean to bet flux. That's fine. Alright, you go deal with that. I got your back. Lose the defend command. Hit some engages. That's fine. We've done it before, but we should be able to kill this Legion by ourselves. You have your flank armor still. Oh, you had your flank armor. Alright. Why are you kissing the onslaught? Yes, I did give you the eliminate command, but you don't have to ram the onslaught. Alright, I'm gonna try to provide cover. You're literally ramming the onslaught right now. I was going to provide cover for you, but that's not gonna be an option. I think the old slot's about to get blown up again. You fool. Yes, you are fearless. I get that. But like, why are you doing that? That should kill it. We'll bring in the Aurora now. We will cancel that eliminate command. We'll quickly deal with this Eagle. All right. Everyone, stop what you're doing and head over here. Head over here and bail me out. Actually, I want you to go forward. Since it's facing me, this should be fine. Everyone pivot over here, and this should be okay. Yes. Don't flux. Move. Alright. Now we can go ahead and disable this while we're here. You must have... No? You recovered from overload very fast. What are your skills? Damage control. Okay. Okay. Bit of a messy fight, but we get it done. The onslaught, physically touching the onslaught is hilarious, but as far as tactics go, that cannot happen. We need some way to reduce the deployment points of our ships. We need more support ships on the battlefield, it seems. Alright, and then there was one. Cool. But we do get the job done. The only major casualty was the onslaught, and then we can recover the omen and the kite. Yes, we'll let our second command handle this. Alright, every ship was destroyed. Hopefully we see that onslaught. Nah, we don't get it. But we do get more enforcers, which we'll take. I think enforcers are exactly what we need. I hate that you lose reputation with them. It's like you came to my area and distressed my ships and then fought me. You shouldn't get a penalty for that. Alright. So let's tweak our apogee really quickly. This needs to be squalls. And then we need ECCM package built in. Throughout that fight, we just have reduced range, and that could have made the difference a couple times over. Yeah, maybe you should keep degraded engines, honestly. Okay. Let's go ahead and borrow some crew. So when you borrow crew from, or when you borrow a resource from your colony, you do pay for that resource, but it's always going to be at the base value, so you don't have to worry about tariffs. You don't have to worry about increasing the price as you consume things. It's just that price always. The only thing you want to be careful of is not to create shortages, because those will affect your colony. It sent 2 investigation fleets for a Gamma Core, a single Gamma Core. Alright, let's go ahead and level up some officers. That works, sure. Alright, ships are all repaired up. I'm going to bring a little bit more crew. And now let's go do the missions. So trade. We have to scan a couple of gates. Wow. Some fuel as well. We have to go scan a couple of gates. If you go down here and you click gates, you can see every gate that you've discovered so far. I'm just going to scan the ones in the core worlds, avoiding any hedge territory because I'm pretty sure now we're back to hostile. Yeah, we're inhospitable. Okay, that's fine. If we're gonna do that though, if we're just scanning gates, we don't need to tow around 2 giant ships. We can store these for now. And we can jump back in the Aurora. This will significantly cut down our costs. Yes. No, I don't want to fight you. You fought me. Alright. So it's free to do outside of the slipstream. I don't know if that was the best use, but... Oh, I forgot to equip our enforcers. Yeah, well. Alright, let's set up here to YMA. That's so far. Okay. We'll accept these missions. So that we can gain reputation with the Hegemony. Actually, we have a Hegemony contact, don't we? Yeah, we do. They're in Atslan. They're on Quaddle. So we are inhospitable with them, which means I don't think we can interact. I don't know. Let's see. I don't think they'll attack us on sight. Like, we're not outright hostile with us. We just can't interact with their markets, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes, we'll go do that. We'll do this. We'll accept this one, but I don't know if we can do that. Our fleet is just way too big. Alright. While we're here, let's go ahead and scan that gate. Those are the monthly expenses from borrowing from your colony. You pay them at the end of the month. Alright, let's try it. Let's find a story point here. Yes. Nice. And then we'll go ahead and scan the gate. Up to YMA. Does Naraka have a gate? Why? No, you don't. We'll fight it, but I don't waste of both of our times. Hey, the tide. No. We'll fight this because we want their eradicators. Voltaic cannons. Two capture commands over here, and then the assault command. Because I want to defend around this point. Hold on. A Luddic Path fleet with 2 Sunders? Or is that's just the same Sunder? I don't know. Not very Luddic of you. Okay, so it can't be, it's not really like a weapon or like a missile. So it can't be shot down. And it just disables everything. Yeah, that's actually really good. It's hard to land though. Go ahead, get out of the way here. Oh, beautiful. Go ahead and cancel that command. I'm gonna blow up the Condor. Yeah, not having the antimatter blasters is kind of tough because you essentially once you run out of Reapers, you don't really have that much more damage. Like, it took 3 overloads to kill a condor. Alright, that was just mean. Didn't need to voltaic cannon him like that. Alright, and then we can just full assault. I mean, we could have probably full assaulted from the start, but... So a nice little engagement here. Hopefully we do get their eradicators. And then I do need to remember to outfit... I'm not going to be able to do it till I visit my colonies again, but I do need to remember to outfit my enforcers. Very important there. Do you have fast missile Rex? What's your special? Burn drive. I guess the cooldown on the hammer is just really low. Ah, no you don't. Ram them. Alright. This should be every ship. This. I put 3 naked enforcers out there. Apparently that destroys everything. Okay. I will take a Sunder. I'll take another enforcer. And go with a Colossus Mark III or Mark II. I could take it, but I don't think I'm ever going to use it. It is funny just to have a large missile on the strap to a Colossus. Okay, with our next point, we are going to take electronic warfare. Electronic warfare is very important. It increases your ECM rating, but it also lets you secure objectives from further away. Essentially, it's easier to capture objectives and contest them, and the longer you contest objectives, the longer you keep the enemy's ships, just basically wasting their time trying to capture a point that they're never going to get. Alright, into YMA. Real quick, let's swing by Salamanca. Weapons. Reapers. We need Reapers. Ooh. Yes, sounds good. Cautious, we don't really care for, but having missile specialization is huge. We'll put you on... Well, actually, we'll probably put you on the cigarette, which hurts my heart, but we'll see. For right now, we'll put you in a vigilance. Why? Alright, we'll scan the YMA gate. This is really not the time. Pay the bribe. Why pay when I can just blast you into dust? Is that what Dale Nolan would say? Nah, Dale Nolan's a cool guy. He would just pay the bribe. Alright, get out of here, Scram. Alright, and then we need to go to... Zagan has a gate, so we'll head over there. And we should keep track of our accepted missions. Yeah. As long as we're heading in the right direction, we should be fine. Yep. And these are all accepted. Okay. Samara. I wish. If this is, well, 60 days, that's not enough time. But if this is still ongoing, what we can do is we can battle a couple of pirates, and that'll give us relations with the Hegemony. Alright, let's go scan the gate. It's Maslow. Okay. If you watch the live stream, I spent maybe like 30 minutes looking for this apogee. So there's an apogee inside of a gate, and I checked like Thule, I checked Isra, I checked all these different spots, Kanan, everywhere, and I couldn't find it. But I remember there being an apogee inside of a gate, and this is it. So if you start with the apogee start and you go to Maslow, you can get a second apogee. So you can start with basically double apogees, which is insane. That's an insane start. One, I mean, we've already discussed this several times at this point, but it comes with survey equipment, high resolution sensors. Both are really great. And then once you start getting better weapons, these things are just a beast, right? You get a large missile slot, you get a large energy slot. Speaking of, why are you in the... Why are you in the apogee? You shouldn't be there. You should be like in... You should probably be in an enforcer, to be honest, but... Just go like that for now. And then you can go in here. We'll actually swap you. I want the more aggressive unit, or in the apogee. I'm gonna yoink this. Oh, we should 1000% be doing this. Not in hyperspace. No. We should be doing this at a dock. Let me give you the ion pulsers. I just feel like I need more damage. You know what? Sure. Okay. So that's that. And another gate. We have gates in Thule, Kamar Kandom. We can do those as well. And then we should still have plenty of time to do our bounties. So we're 3 of 6 right now, I believe. Hmm. A third Aurora, you say? I don't think they know about third Aurora, Pippin. Alright. Okay. So, something that annoys me is that you can bump into asteroids. Now, in asteroid belts, like on average, the distance between asteroids is like, I think it's like 10 miles or something. So, like, how would you even hit one, right? Oh, well. Depends what you can do. You're cautious. Yep, sounds good. And you have missile specialization. Uh, you have all the missiles. Not what we're here for, though. Alright, and then we need to go talk to Duad. Gathering quite the collection of junk. You get booted immediately. And we can give you... I don't know. I mean, it's a waste. It's an absolute waste. But we can give you the kite. Sorry, I don't have any good ships for you. Pursuing Pirate Corsair. Alright, well, good luck. Alright, Gate of Thule. Scan the gate. We'll hit up Kumari Kandom and then Essera, and then we'll leave the system. I'm sure we'll find gates out there, but it's just best to do it this way. We don't need our transponder on for this. We'll visit the shrine while we're here. How many shrines are there? I'd like to visit the shrine. Show her how to do it. Thank you. Not Moloch nor Mammon shall lead me astray. Meanwhile, I have two super ships in my fleet. How's our supplies looking? I don't know, kind of low. Alright, let's go ahead and move into engage here. Sure, we'll just bring everybody. Honestly, we could probably just full assault this. I appear to be flying sideways. Oh, because I'm pressing E, not W. common mistake. Okay, good to know that voltaic cannon can hit your own allies. Good to know. I don't think I've talked about this yet, but there's a new command in 0.98 called ignore. Very important in these larger battles, not this battle in particular, this one doesn't matter. But you can use ignore on things like monitors, centurions, wolves, ships that are just too fast for your fleet that are going to separate them. And ignore basically does what it says on the tin. It'll cause your ships to ignore that target. It'll pretend as if it doesn't exist. It will engage that ship though. If it gets like really close to it, but it's not going to go out of its way to hunt that ship down. About 4 Reapers. Parry that. Alright. Should be everything. Yes. Alright. And then we will pursue them. And we'll take command of the action. That's fine. We want to deploy our frigates to the left and right here. And then we can send in some burn drive enforcers. Just to like scare them or something. We want to make sure that they have their shields up so to slow their ship down. I think we're gonna get every single ship. Oh, there's a really funny video on YouTube of someone ramming a Paragon using an Aurora, and he gets the Paragon up to like 200 top speed. I think that's every ship. Yep. Nice. Okay, we lost a kite in the scuffle. Things happen. We will take your Atlas, and I'll take the monitor, but I don't. Yeah, actually, I mean, we can make use of the monitor. That's fine. We'll leave behind the hammerheads and everything else. And thank them for their wonderful donation. And I believe they were heading to Nova Maxios. No, they were heading to Finkelhind. Fickenhild. Okay. We're gonna head to Chalcedon though and sell these goods off. Alright. And how many do you need? You need 600. And we can sell off 1,000 supply. Alright, sometimes it pays to be the bad guy. We'll make some upgrades to the colony. And we will carry on here. We can just jump in here. Those are all six of the gates. Then we need to go. Oh, we have the spy satellite, right? I forgot about that. Where did you come from? Alright, so what you can do here. Actually, here, we're gonna do it this way. Alright. We're doing this because we need reputation with the hegemony. So we're gonna go into storage. We're gonna drop everything off. Confirm. We're gonna take our entire fleet. Drop it off. It's not about the money. Alright, so we don't mind paying that fee if it means that we can do this. And then we go back into storage. And we take a touch of crew. Confirm. And now what we can do is we can go dark. And we can now deploy the spy satellite. Which it looks like didn't even give us any gain. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Alright, and now we can take everything back out. And we go pick up our fleet now. You know what? While we're here, we might as well. Here. We're gonna pay a monthly fee on this. Yes, but also it doesn't make sense to drag these ships out with us. One, they're just going to take up slots, and then two, they're useless. They don't have any weapons in them. There's no words on it. All right, let's go here. I'm just going to auto assign idle officers. I'm not going to do the whole make sure everyone's in their best ship. What we do want here though is conversion to shield conversion fronts. Unstable injector and hardened shields. Lots of capacity, lots of vents. Alright, sure, it looks great. I'm gonna put these ships towards the front because otherwise I'm gonna forget. And when I click auto deploy, it's not gonna deploy these. Okay. Transponder back on. And now we can get out of here. Doing Weaver first, going like here, and then head back to Isra to pick up our junk ships, and then head to Atlan. All right, I am going to cut the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So we're progressing the main storyline. It is at the very end, nearly just a few more objectives that we need to complete. Anyway, other than that, Grumpy out.